as far as like the harms of kind of suppressing that emotion, those emotions versus being able to kind of correctly identify what those are and maybe what's causing them. Like,
Yeah. Okay. So maybe I could paint a quick analogy here, and this is sort of one that I use quite a bit, where I say, first of all, we don't really choose our emotions necessarily, right? And so to feel shame for an emotion that comes up, like it doesn't really make sense because we didn't choose that. We don't. If we did, we'd choose like happy and pleasure pretty much all the time. So we don't say have a choice over our emotions. But emotions for me, I treat them like a check engine light. You know, like that yellow light on your dashboard that comes on. It's got a little engine shape there. That'll come on and that'll tell you something needs your attention. But it doesn't tell you exactly what it is. Now, trying to suppress those emotions is probably the equivalent of taking a piece of black electrical tape and putting it over that light on the dashboard so you can't see it. The problem is still there. It's never been dealt with, but it's not immediately in your immediate consciousness. And so we would do things like drink alcohol or eat food or watch sports or any play video games excessively and things like that, where we check out and try to change the channel in our head instead of addressing like, why is that emotion even here? And so the flip side of that is, so that check engine light comes on, and if you're not a mechanic, you might, especially with more modern vehicles, you bring your car to a dealership or a mechanic, and they're going to plug a computer in, and they're going to run a diagnostic, and they're going to figure out here's what the issue is. So if we were to stop treating emotions like something negative that doesn't belong there, and start treating it like, hey, this is a piece of information, this is a piece of feedback, this is telling me that something needs my attention right now, and being able to kind of be present with it, because the other part of it is, it's like without sadness there is no happiness, without like sorrow there is no joy. Um, so every like positive emotion has a negative emotion that's sort of its equal and opposite. That contrast is what gives color to life. And it almost goes back to when I think about how social media has colored our perception of reality in quite a way, where when we experience a difficult emotion other than anger, it seems like anger and outrage is is the common trigger on social media. But any emotion outside of that that's negative, somehow something is wrong with us if we experience that emotion. It's like, no, it's not. There's not something wrong. In fact, it's a very necessary and important part of life to be able to experience these emotions, not only experience them, but be able to like process them and navigate them.